going to read. All right? As quickly as possible.
Anybody else? Yes.
What I gave you, and I'm going to run through this real quick. This is stuff that you can read on your own. I don't have to go through this with you. Okay? So on the very first page, these are your points of contact. First of all, before I even get started with that, how many of you are brand spanking new unit cousins? Oh, whoa. Wow. And of course, then, I don't want to feel the other left out, so how many of you are returning unit president? Okay. If you don't know by now, this is going to be your guiding light. If you ever need to get in touch with somebody at the department, there goes Kathy Sewell is going to be your membership coordinator. That is her email address. Then you have Brandy Sleeper. She is going to be your finance person. Okay? She is the one which basically your invoices, your statements, everything is going to come from. And when I said membership, please, also your copy orders, anything that you do with copy, remember, we can distribute copies all through the year now. So when you do a distribution, make sure that you get that distribution sheet, 25% goes into the department. That's going to be your gal right there, package, okay? Secretary, that's the secretary email right there. They would be handling any issues, any new units, okay, that are coming up, and also any, branding approval that you need. So if you're going to get any shirts for your unit for the year, that's who you're going to go through your secretary so you can get approval. And from what I'm hearing, in terms of your shirts, if you want branding on your shirts for your unit, 3 days is the turnaround. So she gets it, she goes through what the spec is, then she sends it off to national, and it comes back. So make sure that you're doing your branding approvals, okay? And then last but not least, that ALAFLHQ, that last one, office headquarters. Okay? This one here, whenever your district president comes to her official visit with your unit, okay, she's going to have her official visit form that she's going to fill out with you as the unit president. Also, she's going to want to take a look at all your financials. So this is where you and your treasurer have to work together. You know, you put together like your 990s, okay, your Department of Ag, make sure you have your updated constitutional bylaws, your incorporation papers, all of that updated. She'll go through it, she'll check it off, okay? Then once you're done and you have everything that's updated for the year, you're going to make a PDF out of all of those, and that is the email address you will be sending that to. The ALAFLHQ. Okay? That's how Brandy keeps that separate from all the other stuff that she's doing. Okay? Alright, so that in a nutshell. Your next page, this is for you, leadership through volunteerism, resources, that's all for you. Now, I know that I gave you the hard copy. The reason why I had to do the QR codes is because, you know, hey, even I do it sometimes when I'm signing up very fast, it looks like a doctor's signature. Okay, so some are like chicken scratch. I don't have time and to try and make out. So that's why I had you fill out the QR code so that way I can clearly and legibly have a good working email, because I can send you all of these and I'll have the links embedded. Okay? Okay, if you have a bag in a chair and nobody's sitting here, could you please put that in front of you? We've got other people in the back that need seats. Okay? We have a chair up here.
Yeah, there's one over here.
Over there. We have a chair over here.
There's another chair up front.
Oops.
There's a chair right there. Thank you, Cheryl.
You're welcome. Thank you. Where?
That's okay, I can see it.
One up there. There's one over here.
Okay.
We have to move the seats out because they won't scoot in. There we go.
In the interest of time, we're going to keep going, so we do big more.
Sorry.
All right. So, once again, you'll be getting the link to the chair.
Perfect.
Also, at the very bottom, it says, the American Legion Auxiliary Facebook page. How many of you have Facebook? Very important. All of your chairmen have their own Facebook page. All right? As you, as the unit president, it would behoove you to accept all of these. All right? Because there is pertinent information relative to those programs. And then you will be knowledgeable. You're the smartest bear in the woods. Okay? And then you can share that information with your individual unit chairman. Next. Leadership resources. Once again, another page for you. I don't have to go through it. There will be links. I will send this to you. You guys sign in. The new ones that came in, you've got the QR code at your registration. You can do that. The new ones that came in.
She still needs one.
I got that. No, I signed
You
in.
found it?
Okay, anybody else need a QR code to sign in?
Yep.
Okay, I will be sending this to you. It does have the links. Okay? And primarily, these are going to be very important for you. As a unit president, you are the person that facilitates the meetings. You are the one that guides. You need to be this, once again, the smartest bear in the woods. You need to arm yourself in order to facilitate that meeting. You're the chair. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? You are the chair. You need to be the one that understands what your Constitution bylaws, your standing rules that are specific to each and every one of your individual units. Liz, standing rules, it's not the same as Verna's. They're different. So don't just assume. Never assume. What happens when you assume? You're done. Okay? So never assume. These are your guiding lights right here. There are going to be some things that you will find in the unit president guide that you're going to get at workshop. There's not here. Where is it? The other resources that you're going to find them. Okay? So you've got your Department of Florida Constitution and bylaws. You have your parliamentary procedure, Robert's Rules of Order, of which that little white ticket, somebody's going to win one.
Ooh.
This is the abbreviated version, okay? That way you don't have to go through 516 pages. Yeah, well, I hate the guys. Okay. And then you've got your national page, which is the leadership program, and your Department of Florida page. So, and your department operations guide, that is being redone by the national. That should be out hopefully after workshop. Okay? But you will be able to find a lot more pertinent information in those guides as versus what you will be able to find in your president unit guide. Okay? So that's another page. Next. Basic parliamentary procedure. I'm not going to read this to you.
Thank you, Cheryl.
I think you can do that on your own. But as a unit president, remember, what did I say? What is your role in the meeting?
Facilitate.
You're the chair, you're the
Facilitator.
You need to know your parliamentary procedures. Because what are some of the things? You're discussing a lot of business, but what are some other things that happen in your meetings? Bingo, I heard it. Motions.
Motions.
You're going to have motions come up. Okay? And believe me, I've seen it all. 2 years of doing official visits, I have seen it. When somebody makes a motion, okay, I move that we expend up to $200 for a department president gift during her official visit, blah, blah, blah. Second, first of all, you gotta know that it's not up for discussion until what?
Yeah,
The second.
The second, okay. So, once it's up for discussion, and I tell every unit president, this is not all about the one motion. Ultimately, you want to keep your meeting under an hour. You're not gonna be able to do that if you let discussion go on for 45 minutes of that hour.
Yeah.
Okay? So, preface at the very beginning. Get your unit members trained. And preface it, when we start doing motions, committee chairman, when you start doing your reports, you have 2 minutes.
That's it.
All right? 2 minutes, that's what you got. You as the chair, you direct. Okay? I have the motion, it's been seconded. Tricia?
Who should probably be timing that? Is that Sergeant at Arms?
Secretary.
Okay.
Your secretary's right up there by you. Okay?
Makes sense.
But once you start doing this and reinforcing this at the very beginning of the year, guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna get better. Okay? You're training, you're coaching, they don't know it yet. Okay? So, you get that second, it's up, the motion is made, blah, 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 we have discussion. The chair recognizes, Pat, what do you gotta say? 2 minutes, blah, 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 blah. She might not even take that, she can make it 20 seconds or less. Okay, another hand goes up. The chair recognizes such and such. You're directing, you're the director, okay? The chair recognizes, that means it's your turn to speak, not you. Your sergeant at arms is the one that you need to sit there, and I'm gonna tell you this one too. Your sergeant at arms is your best friend. Your best friend. My suggestion to you is this, before your first meeting, have a little sidebar with your sergeant at arms and discuss with her what your expectations are. Have that conversation with her. Because whenever I deal with my president, I've always wanted to know, the sergeant aren't going to be at the back of the room, they're going to be monitoring them, okay? It's their job to be seen, not heard, but to keep everything down to a little minimum rule. One meeting only. She's there, if another sidebar conversation is going on, and just basically just come up here, make a presence, so that that stops, and then we can go back and cover one meeting. Okay? One meeting.
Can I ask a really quick question going back to a second?
Yes.
When we're training our members, because our members need training, I will say that. Can we encourage a second? Or how, if our members don't understand that we need a second in order to have discussion, how can we train them that we need a second?
Do I have a second?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then say it.
Yes.
But my suggestion would be is, once again, during your first meeting, that very, very first meeting, you are the chair. You are the facilitator. You are the one that sets the precedence of how that meeting is going to be run. Okay? So, if they don't understand, explain it. Do it in that first meeting. Try to get it all out of the way at first meeting, because the more training you do up front, the better your meetings will get if you keep going forward. Okay? All right. So, after the discussion is done, you don't want to keep going on. I say probably if you have about 4 whatever. Somebody, train your unit or your officers. I call the question. What does that mean? Anybody know?
You're ready to vote.
Reiterate.
Ready for a vote? I call the question. Okay, that means you're ready for a vote. You as the chair, and it's very important that you do this, not that some presidents don't, but you should, because some people, invariably, or they might be writing something down. Didn't get it. There is a motion on the floor to expend and not to exceed $200 to pay towards the department president's gift during her official visit, and it has been set. So now they know what it is. Again, be clear. That's your job as in the president. Restate the motion. And that's for 2 reasons. Not only that everybody understands it, but also because your secretaries are writing feverishly or typing feverishly, and and she needs to be clear on that motion. Why? What happens at the end of the year?
An audit.
Reports is what?
Audit.
Audit. And when you do the audit, what do you check? You're checking bank statements versus minutes. And what's in the minutes? Which expend money. Okay? So there's reason behind all of it. Yes,
Can
ma'am?
I make a quick suggestion? In our minutes, we highlight in yellow any money. Just so that it shows up faster, so that when you're flipping through, anything that corresponds with money should correspond with the treasurer, which corresponds for the audit.
Very good idea. Or have a motion book.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
Yes.
Yeah,
Have a motion
motion
book.
book.
Have a motion book. Then you don't have to go through, oh, where are these
Yeah.
minutes?
Our treasurer keeps it.
It makes your audit go out very quickly.
No, but it just keeps it easier.
More organization you have up front makes everything easy at the very end.
90 minutes.
All right, so you reiterated what the motion was, okay? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Aye.
Well, now that's questionable. You may not like your question.
Oh, you're on camera.
Okay, let's say that, oh my goodness, it sounded about the same. Now what do I do?
Okay, ask for hands.
Okay, and that way you have to count. Good. Okay. So now you know how to break a tie, because if the yay and the nay sound the same, and it might, that was handled, okay? All right. But that's the reason why you want to make sure that you're clear in terms of directing, especially when the motion is about. Yes, ma'am.
Is there a certain quota or percentage of the vote to make an aye versus a nay?
Majority is really
What if
bad.
it's a tie? What if it really is a tie?
Oh, I can answer this one. Then the unit president gets to vote. That's the only time you get to vote.
Good job.
I want to call her out since I'm coming out from district secretary and I've been doing visits for 2 years. So at this lovely lady's unit, they actually have a paper for all their members that says how to make a motion, what you make motions on. It is the most amazing thing. So she can send it to you. It's great because they've only been chartered a couple of freaking years.
Nice.
Gator Lady, 1980.
Gator lady, gator lady.
1980 at.
Uh-oh.
Gator lady what?
Gator Lady, 1980 at.
And what?
Gmail.com.
What is it?
Yeah. I have her phone number.
What is it?
Okay, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? I didn't pay attention.
One meeting. Yes, ma'am.
Should you use your gavel when you're, when the motion is done?
You have to know.
Okay, I went to a meeting.
So all those in favor, all those opposed, motion carries. Motion denied. Okay. And so there you go, there's your motion. It goes through methods of voting, which you guys can read. Then, you got different types of ranking of motions. And let's keep going. I want to get stuck on this. Okay. Then you got the 3 ways to amend a motion. That tells you the order of business. So this goes into whenever you make your agendas, your debate. This kind of goes into whenever you guys are having discussions on your motions. Okay? Your roles of the debate, and then the number and length of speeches. Okay? That you can all read. All right, let's go on to the next page. Put together a sample agenda. Once again, I'll be sending this packet out via email. Okay? So that way you can copy and paste. I should have just left it, and you guys left. No. Never mind. You practice your typing skills. Okay, so pre-meeting check, once again, your sergeant at arms, and I forgot to tell you this, with your sergeant at arms, the one thing that I did with my president is, and remember, your sergeant at arms, your best friend, they help you to make sure that the meetings stay on point and non-confrontational. If you cannot handle, and your gavel will come in handy at this point, okay? If it gets unruly, you have the opportunity to utilize that gavel. Okay? Or knock on it. One meeting, ladies, one meeting, please.
One meeting members.
Don't be afraid to use your big door box. That is a big door. Okay? And then if it does really do get unruly, then Cheryl Burnett. That little sign to your sergeant at arms will let her know that she needs to get some action. Okay? No, not like that.
Marcus, she's scared.
Okay, so you have your agenda. Pre-meeting check is basically with your sergeant at arms, just making sure that you go out into the lounge area to make sure that all of the auxiliary members are where they need to be, which is in the meeting. If not, they need to leave the premises until such time the meeting is adjourned. Now, I will tell you two things. One, that should be in your standing rules. Two, if it's not in your, what do they call them, house rules, which is what you have the commander of your post, that would be another place to have those. Because that just reinforces throughout the family that if you are a card-carrying member and your meeting is going on, you should be in attendance. If not, you're not leaving out there drinking in the lounge while the meeting is going on. Okay? Food for thought. All right, so your gavel, just put in there. One. Meeting will now come to order. What happens after that? Everybody stands up. Okay, once again, you are the facilitator. What I did was, whenever I was unit president, I had an agenda like this that I put out in advance so we emailed it out to all of our members. And then I made my own. I made a president's agenda. And it had a different color. So I knew the wrap. What do you say? Are you going to remember this every time you do it? No. Just make a little cheat sheet. Okay? And then the colors of our nation are in place. And salute. Two. Okay? And then you can read the rest of this. I'm not going to keep going on. Okay? Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so since chapel will call prayer, your chair is in place, so one, Bibles. It's been brought to my attention that sometimes a Bible is placed in front of on the table in front of the podium, and ask the sergeant at arms to come up and open the Bible and then a prayer is given. The other thing is, if you have a UWMIH chair in place, it's already in place, we don't present it, it's already in place. It's centered in front of the stage. You now can't have a Bible open, you can't. So, I've never been to a meeting that's had a Bible, but it has been brought to my attention, we have a Bible for our unit meeting to be presented. So.
Okay, that goes back to what's the proper decorum to utilize whenever you have both.
Right.
Okay.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
How many of you that are or have been unit presidents have a Bible in between the podium and the
We don't, our POW is, we have a POW flag on our stage with our other flag. We don't have a POW
chair?
chair.
Okay.
So
So that's another way around it. Okay? So if you want to have the Bible in front of the podium with no POW chair, okay, that's cool. If you have a POW chair already draped, I know.
Do you then just already have a Bible?
I would already have the Bible.
Not the sergeant at arms who was prior to that.
My sergeant.
And has already.
Yes.
Could you not have drape your chair during the meeting?
Yes, you
Because
can.
we do that, we
Yeah.
open the Bible first, for then we drape our chair, like after the Pledge of Allegiance, we drape our chair then, really quickly to start that arm stuff.
You can't, it is up to you. It is up to you how you want to run your meeting. Have the Bible, don't have the Bible. Have the chair already draped, don't have the chair already draped. Have your sergeant at arms, actually do it. Remember, how long do you want your meetings to be? Okay? That takes time, so that's up to you, how you want to run it. Okay? Me, we did not have the Bible. Basically, whenever you say the code or initial replacement, the unit chaplain will now offer prayer. Okay? And it's up to her. Basically, there's the same way it's your floor right now. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
We were told a long time ago, I don't know when, that if you had the Bible, you should have the Bible of every religion.
You're supposed to have the Quran, the Bible, you can't
Oh,
just
okay.
have the Bible.
Or
Right.
none.
Yeah. That's why it's
You
kind of
have all
sticking
of
with
the
it.
faith.
Because remember, heritage yeah, you have to have a heritage, that's kind of like the same thing. So we don't do it. Yeah.
Okay.
One meeting, please.
Our meeting place where we meet is so small that we're cramped as it is. So we don't have a POW chair in the room like the post has a POW. Are we required to have a chair in the meeting room?
No, you are not required to have a PO meeting.
I mean, I'd like to, but we're in a very small cramped quarters that we're
So for logistic purposes, you can have.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Just voicing an opinion.
Uh-huh.
I always hated to say, in memory of our dead. I hate that word. In memory
In memory of those who have passed away, in memory of those that have perished. You know,
Yeah.
you want to soften it a little bit, that's perfectly fine. Okay. Then you guys, you make the determination what you want to do with the POW chair. Yes, ma'am.
If the chaplain is unavailable for the prayer, does the president then
Designate before the meeting who you would like to do the
Okay.
prayer. Yes. Good. Okay, so you got that part on the opening, then you've got opening business, literally. Then you sit them down, make sure that you sit them down. Like you can stand. Come on, one leg.
Well, every now and again.
One round of you now declare blah, 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 blah. Boy, I put my 50 hard minutes right off that back. Okay, and then Madam Secretary, please take roll. Why do you take roll? You have a quorum, there you go. Okay, in your standing rules, it should designate how many of you they say to have a quorum. Okay? All
Can I
right.
ask you a question about the quorum? In our standing rules, says we have to have 11. Can that be changed? Does that count on how many members you have, or where
It
do
can
the
be
limits
changed.
from? It can be changed however we want to.
Yes.
Yeah, you just really want to make sure that you have 11 officers.
Yeah,
Okay, that's a lot.
yes.
I mean, for us, our quorum is 7.
Okay.
If you have a full board,
Yeah.
if you have a full board, if you don't have a full board of the 11, and it's smaller, then make it at least 1.5.
One suggestion that we got from our district president, just on that note, is that we have one more than half of our officers plus 5 members.
Yes.
That way, at a unit meeting, that we don't outweigh our members with any decisions we're making.
That's very smart.
That's a great idea. We
Yeah, that
always
is smart.
apply, because we have a full board, which now we're gonna have more than, we'll have more than our members anyway, but we have half plus 1, because it's an odd, and then 5 unit members to make it for at our unit.
Do you understand what she's saying?
Yep.
That is a good idea.
Okay, so what if you only have your auxiliary, your EC board at your meeting? Do you not run a meeting then?
If we vote, we do not have a quorum.
Yeah,
That's how
'cause
we do
we
it, because
could
we
plan-
want our members to have a say when we're voting on things. But we also have a meeting, I mean, substantially, our unit is 325. So we have a fairly good sized unit, and our meetings, we generally have, I mean, not a great turnout, but we have
Yeah.
like between 15 and 20 people at our meetings.
That's a good turnout.
Yeah, it's a good chance, but I know at us, we have over 200, but I've had meetings where it's been my EC and one member that was not
I
an
mean,
EC
and I guess
member.
you have to fit it to you, but we
Yeah.
just wanted,
Yeah.
we wanted to make sure that when we were voting on anything, especially money-wise, that our EC board wasn't making the decisions on behalf of all of us, that we wanted our members involved.
Right, no,
So
that's
that's why
fine.
we said, we'll have a quorum at a regular monthly meeting if we have half of our EC board plus 5 of our general members.
That's okay. Once again,
It works for
you
them.
don't have to do it that way.
No, but
That
that's
is
just,
up
Yeah,
to
yeah,
you.
that's cool.
And have that discussion with your executive board. Okay? Skylar?
You can still have a meeting, you just can't vote if you don't have a quorum.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So if you were to have an approved, voted upon budget at a this meeting, you can still do things to take care of financials that are already approved.
You're so low to the ground, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
I said, hello, I'm back
She
here.
can do it, she can.
I said, so if you already have a previously approved budget that's already voted on at a prior meeting, you can still do things financially
Yes,
without having a quorum.
that's what your budget is for.
Correct. Okay, one more question, we got to go.
Yes, we have, our meetings, we also have people, have members that come through on WhatsApp. So can we count them if do they have to be present, or can we also have a quorum with those who are on WhatsApp as well? We have older ladies.
Her standing
That's
rules.
gotta be in your
Standing rules. Standing rules.
Okay.
It has to be the standing rule. Remember whenever COVID came through, some units did put in after that you would be able to conduct your meetings via electronic.
Oh.
Captain America and
Digging it, Tammy. Good morning, Linda.
Woo!
Anyway, I'm Linda Harkness, and I am, the second time I get to say this, I am your incoming department president. This theme is Commission Auxiliary Serving Heroes. Success is the only serving. Hashtag match. So, our comments this year, we're going to honor our military with the colors, red, army green, navy blue, which represents the Navy, the Coast Guard, and the Air Force. Black is for the Marines and the Space Force. Did I get all 6? Okay, good. I'm seeing your attention. And that's going to be our goal, is to focus on our mission. You know, we know that units can get contentious at times. You know, we all have our own opinion. We have our own thoughts on how things can go. Someone new comes in and they want to make a change. Change is difficult. I get that, but we cannot let that tear our units apart. We've got to remember who we serve. We don't serve, well, we do serve each other. Remember, our mission is serving our veterans and their families. You all are part of that mission. Not only are you working that mission, you're part of that mission. You are veterans, family, active duty family members. You're part of it. So remember, we serve each other as well as we serve the community. So keep that in mind. I know we all get upset. I know I do. But, boy, do I. But anyway, we can't turn our back, we can't quit, and you've got to try your best to keep that unit, a unit. Remember, we are a unit with one mission. If we can just focus on the mission, we have something in common. Whether I agree with you on anything else, we have that one thing in common, our mission. So, let me encourage you. We're going to make a couple changes. Y'all, if you have an issue in your unit, the department needs to become involved, do not call the secretary. The secretary is no longer handling issues. UDNR is going to handle those issues. Our secretary has plenty to do, correct?
Yes, she does.
So, if you want answers to questions, you will call your, have a look at your district if you can. UDNR, not the secretary. Her name and number will be in the book. I don't know who that is yet until after on Saturday. So, but the name will be in the book. Contact her. if your unit, or district needs help with a program, you will call the program chair. You're not gonna call the secretary. Let me tell you, we keep her. So, if you will please pass that on to your members and your units. We are there to help you. We're not trying to poo-poo you. You may reach out of habit and call the secretary. If you call the secretary, she will be happy to help you with your answer, but she will say, hopefully she'll tell you where to find the answers. All the answers are out there. You just have to look for them. It's just easier to call somebody else. So, I get that. Hopefully she'll tell you where to find the answers. The other thing is, she will probably say, all right, I'll take your question now, only because she doesn't want to be rude and people something. But the next time, please call your chairman. So don't get upset with our secretary, because she's like, I'm sorry. You're a reach member that cannot be connected. Please call your chairman. So, if you'll please do that. Other than that, I'm going to turn this over, and I got to say this, I said to the district president, I can't take credit for any of this. The only credit I get is I picked her.
Right now, my name is Tammy Zell, but after Saturday, or Sunday actually, I am Captain Auxiliary for the year. Okay, so we're going to kind of take our year in a little bit of a militaristic mindset, because we want to honor the people that came before and are current that have made this country what it is, why we're at our 250th year. So we're kind of going to celebrate them and have fun with it. So you as district presidents, you are platoon leaders this year.
Ooh.
Okay?
We're unit presidents. Unit presidents.
Your unit members are troops. Your little ones, your juniors are cadets.
Nice.
Okay? Then moving on up the chain of command, we got to use some military terms here. Your chain of command, your district presidents are your command staff. The districts are brigades. The district chairmen are advisors. And by the way, I've got my pep done, so once we're allowed to go live online, it will be out there for all of us. So don't worry about taking notes. That's too fast. But I'm just going over all this. Your department chairmen are envoys. Your department officers or executive officers are PDPs. Now, they're the only ones that get an actual rank besides they're generals.
Ah, nice.
And then
Our
our illustrious president is our commander-in-chief. And our headquarters, of course, it's called HQ. So that's where we're going this year with our names. My PEP has a lot of good information. One of the things we've done, I wanted to really give my area chairman some work. They're no longer called area chairmen. They are the membership recon team.
Nice.
So the MRTs for short. And you'll see them if you come to workshops. Hopefully you all come to workshops because it's going to be awesome. But they're going to be working a little bit, and they're going to actually lead within their areas. They're going to lead a branch of service. So I've assigned each area a branch. The western area, they are our Marine Corps. Our northern area is our Navy. Central area is Air Force. Eastern is Space Coast, or Space Force, sorry, because they got the Space Coast. Southern is Army, and Southwestern is Coast Guard. Okay. Then what I've done also is I've assigned each of you one of our iconic vehicles that have been famous through World War II through Vietnam on the successes of our military. So, for instance, I'll use my 15th district. We're within the Air Force area, and ours is a P-51 Mustang. Okay. Basically, our Marine Corps are helicopters. Our Navy is a combination of ships and air. Space Force, I went ahead, even though I'm kind of stretching a little bit, I went to some of the old NASA missions. So we have, like on Space Force, we have both Apollo 11 and Mercury. So, and then Army, you are tanks, and we got Coast Guard. I'm in my 13th district. So I picked out, and I love this one. Yours is a tall ship. It's the training ship for the Coast Guard. It is the USCGC Eagle. So it was something that they captured back in, if I remember right, World War II from the Germans. So it ought to be a really fun one to play with. So anyways, I want to encourage you, once you get all this information, do a little research, use AI to get some really cool graphics with it, have fun. Just remember that this is what saved us and why we're here today. And so let's celebrate it. I also have some really great awards coming up. We will be doing, I got 4 awards with the very last one. If you get 105 by close of books, it is your Mission Accomplished Award. Okay? So everything kind of has that whole theme wrapped into it. One of the main things to take away right now is our hashtag. Well, first of all, Operation MOVE. MOVE is an acronym for Mobilizing Outstanding Volunteers Everywhere. I should have led with that. You all are those outstanding volunteers. But none of us are getting younger, so we need to keep mobilizing and bringing in more. So let's keep that going. All those people come down from the East Coast. Let's bring them all in. Let's get them all involved with our program and show them how much fun we have with all this. But then our hashtag is Let's Move. Okay? Any questions? All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Tammy. Yeah, right?
We don't have much more time, so I'm going to kind of be breathing a little bit more, okay? All right, so your agenda, once again, we went through all that mess, your opening, then you've got the reading of your minutes, your treasurer's report. Our unit, what we do is, we have the agenda and the treasurer's report, we farm that out to our membership. They can read that in advance, and so therefore the minutes do not have to be read during the meeting. Remember, we want to do it under an hour. Okay, the financial report, really quick for your treasurer. Okay, starting balance. Here was what we took in. Here's what we expended. Here's the final balance. Okay.
When you email out your minutes,
Yes.
prior minutes, do you still accept them at the meet, or do you just skip over it altogether?
The minutes.
Your minutes from previous meetings.
The minutes from previous meetings. That's also in there. So the previous, what's in the email is the agenda for this coming meeting, your financial report, and the minutes from the previous meeting.
Yep, right.
All of that can be read in advance. Then whenever you bring it up, the minutes have been distributed by the secretary, blah, blah, blah. Are there any corrections?
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. If there are corrections, you get them right then and there, then you can say that the minutes will be approved as corrected. Yes, ma'am.
Hi. Does the agenda have to be approved as well? One of our members had mentioned that the agenda needed to be approved.
No, that's the president.
No.
It's not the president's decision. How the meeting goes.
So here's the thing, when you read, the minutes are your job as the president. If there's no corrections, the meeting minutes are approved as read. You do not need a motion.
No motion.
Cool.
Of the president.
Financial report.
Right.
Are there any corrections? Either they will be approved as corrected and we will redistribute at next meeting, or the financial are approved as stated and be filed for audit. No motion.
No motion.
Okay.
So we had problems with minutes and finances, so we have in our standing rules that we have to vote for it.
If it's in your standing rules, you go by your standing rules.
That's right.
That way,
That's
it covered our butt for what happened in the past, and they lost the charter because.
All right, did you go into, after that, I put in here, be aware. This is a good time for the president to ask permission to deviate from the agenda if needed. That's where you do it, after the opening, right there. If you have the official visit from your president, when, the district president, when she comes, ask her before you ever go in, do you want to speak? Ask the district president when she comes for her official visit, ask her if she wants to speak. Okay? Then, whenever you get up and you go through all of this, you're at this point, even if you have a guest speaker, or if the commander wants to come, or the commander SEL wants to come in and speak, this is where you bring them in. Then, in order to reject the regular program, at this time, you're going to deviate from the regular program agenda. Do I have your consent to deviate? And then you say, consent. Okay. And then therefore, you've got permission to deviate and go introduce your speaker.
Okay, but if we're getting our agenda out in advance, we actually get it or send it via email, and that's in our agenda that the commander sends it to speak. We don't need to do that, right?
Honestly.
You do.
Okay. All right, so after that, you have your, does anybody know the reason why I say have your presenter or your commander or whoever come in after the beginning and before the vice president's report? Mary?
They're not allowed to hear your financials.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
What if they're an auxiliary member?
I'm sorry?
I said, what if they're an auxiliary member?
If they're
If they're an auxiliary member, yeah. Okay. All right, so after that's done, then you've got your membership, if you have a second bite, anything that they might do, then you've got your chaplain's report and correspondence. Committee reports. Here's a way to save time, and this is what I suggest, okay? On your committee reports, instead of going through, hey, do you have a report? No. Americanism, you have a report? No. Children Youth, you have a report? Oh, yeah. Once again, what did you do? You preface the meeting with how long?
2 minutes.
Okay. You are the facilitator. You are the one that's in charge of your meetings. You're the one who's setting up the agenda. Have your unit chairman tell you if there's a report prior to the meeting. That way you know who does and who doesn't. Okay? They've got 2 minutes, 2 minutes only. Now, here's the second part. You don't want to omit them because are your unit chairs auxiliary members?
Yes.
Do you want your members to have input?
Yes.
Shouldn't your chairman be able to give their input?
Yes.
And shouldn't the membership know what's going on?
Yes.
So therefore, if your unit chairman says they don't have a report, my suggestion is this. You've got people that are new. We're bringing in new people every day. You want them to learn, right?
Right.
Okay, so pick a month and say for the month of August, I'm going to have AEF give me a 2-minute teaching moment. The next month, Americanism, 2-minute teaching moment. But if they have a report, go to the next committee. So, you're getting information in, but you're also training them in.
Right.
Make sense? Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
When your people don't stop at 2 minutes, what's the most polite way to wrap it up?
Or, like we do here, we do it in department.
Hit the buzzer?
Ring the bell.
Ding, 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 ding,
Get
ding.
used to it.
If he says, nope, you're done.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank
That way,
you.
if they move up, once you get to the next level, 2 minutes when that goes off, hopefully you're done. Okay. All right, so there's your committee report. Then you go into unfinished business. You should know that because you have the meeting minutes from the previous meeting. You know what is unfinished, you know what is done. That goes under your unfinished business. All right? And then new business, anything else that's coming up. And then you got your meeting closing, and then you got what to say. There is your meeting. Mary.
If the unit president is present at the meeting and the vice president gets up and does her report, I've had this at a couple of units. The vice president stays up there and runs the whole meeting and the president just sits in the chair and watches. Is that not something that can happen?
No.
I know,
What has happened is the chair
and they should be the ones asking for the committee reports, and they should be the one asking for this.
This is, you go by the script. Well, now our first vice will give her report on membership. You lead it.
Isn't it if the president is a committee chair or they want to make a motion, they have to step down and let the vice
Oh,
president lead?
good. Glad you brought that up. Okay, here you go. Motion. Motion comes up. And this is a motion that you know is going to come up. But you, as the unit president, have very strong feelings about this particular motion. What do? Because when you're in the chair, you don't have vote. You don't have any vote. All you do is facilitate. That's it. Okay? Other than, if you do not have a parliamentarian in that room, you better be the smartest bear in the woods. Okay? You're the next one. You need to know what can go, what is proper policy, procedure. Don't assume, because remember what happens when you assume.
Yeah.
Okay? So, if I had, and I'm sitting there, and the motion comes up, have you ever heard the term pass the gavel?
Yes.
All right. So what you do, at this point, I would like to pass the gavel to my first vice, take the chair. You relinquish the chair, you come out front with the members, and then it is your time to provide your input and discussion on the vote. Can you go back to assume the chair after you have said what you said?
Yeah.
No. You have to wait until the vote is over. Once the vote is over, then I go back and assume the chair.
Can you
Then that also
vote?
means that the first vice would not vote in
That
that.
is correct. Whoever is in the chair does not vote.
So if I come
So units, you're not have a vice. So units, the vice is on the
everyone gets help too.
well, at that point, then I would go in the second.
So I think she just said, can you pass the gavel to your secretary or somebody else if there's no VP in the room? Yeah. Okay, I want you to those four.
I have three vices.
Even though your secretary's appointed?
What?
Even though your secretary's appointed?
Oh, yeah.
Once she's appointed, she's part of that executive committee.
Can I just want to touch on something Mary said. If your standing rules say that other people are like overseeing something, because at our unit, the first vice is the person that oversees our committees as opposed to the president. So if the first vice is up there running the meeting over the committees, it's because they're in charge of the committees. Isn't that okay? No.
No. No. The facilitator of the meeting is the president.
Just
So
to ask.
literally, at that point, if you have in your meeting minutes, I have to have them in your standing rules. I really have to make you standing rules. Literally, your president is the one that is the head chair that facilitates the meeting. At this point, when you have committee chair reports, it should be your submitting chair. that gives the report. So I'm not quite sure what the first vice.
Just to call them,
What do you call it?
just to kind of oversee them.
Then that's something that would happen outside of that. Right, yeah.
What?
Okay, and the end of this time, we're gonna keep going, okay? All right, on the next page, what's included in your unit standing rules, you can read that on your own. But I will tell you two things that you will need to concentrate on putting into your standing rules. One, especially if you're in an area that is somewhere around water. Hurricane season. But any act of God will do. You have a unit AEF, right?
Yes.
You might have someone that just got fired and they cannot pay their rent. They come to you. How many times can they come to you? Every month?
No, depends on what.
Ooh, is that in your standing rule? How much are you actually gonna give them? It's $1,000, it's $1,500 for rent. Are you gonna give them that? And the next person comes and says, oh, you paid for $1,500, I need $2,000. You're gonna give them that? So, it will behoove you in your unit, it will save your sanity, and put policy together for AEF, how you're going to do that. It should follow the purpose. You and your executive committee discuss it and agree on the number.
For hardship.
Remember, you want to be fair and equitable across the board. You're not favorites. I can't give Eddie here $1,500 and then turn around and give Verna here only $250.
No.
We don't like it, Verna.
I need more.
We don't like it, Verna.
So, talk about it. I know that we just did that this year in our standing rules. We agreed that we will not go past 300. You can only do it at request once or once a year. That's it. And it only goes for, and this is spelled out in the department thing, only, the act of God, you do not pay for medical. Correct. You do a car payment. Okay? If they have been displaced because of a hurricane, you can pay for up to $300 in a hotel room. Or you can pay up to $300 for food. Okay, but it's, spell it out.
It's also membership too. I mean, can you also specify like they have to be a member for a certain number of years before they can?
Yes, they have to be 3 years, including this year. That's the department thing. Follow the department.
So, like, we're a small unit, what if we just eliminate that from our standing rules and vote on it if it comes up? Like, because we don't have, if 5 people came to us for $300 a piece throughout the year, which could happen, we would really, we might struggle with that, especially if we're, given, so do you recommend that it always goes into standing rules?
Yes.
I get scared
I'm
of that.
recommending that it always goes into the standing rules.
Like, even if it's like $50
If you get one, you're gonna have more of them come to you, and they're gonna start
Correct.
thinking out of the box and get very creative.
Well, that's why.
It's better for you to have something to fall back on than not at all.
So
She was
maybe
asking to
something
remove
minimal.
it completely.
And department.
Right, that's what we
That
just
is a
said.
viable program, your AEF. That is a viable program that we work at part of our mission. And literally, collect at every meeting. Have a fundraiser, collect. Okay?
Stipulate that they're gonna give $50 per member up to a total of $1,000 for the unit total for AEF a year.
To be voted on by the
Are you
member.
saying, okay, hold on.
Well, no, that's
Say that
what I'm
So
again.
in their standing rules, you're saying that they say that a member can apply for AEF for up to $300 one time in 12 months.
Yes,
Can
and
we
they
not,
have to have been a member for 3 years.
can we not put in there, including that the unit can only give up to $1,500 in a 12-month period under AEF, which means only 5 people can apply?
That's first come, first
You
served.
put it in your agreement on that, because that might be.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but a unit who, like she's saying, is small, they don't have enough money, even if they elect throughout the year, they might not have enough.
Put a smaller
Or
dollar
you can
amount.
give until that particular fund
I'm just giving an example of what we did. I made this year, because I was the AEF, in our standing rules, I made a committee. It outlines who's on the committee, like the treasurer, the AEF chair. They decide who does it. You know, we have all the guidelines. It's in our standing rules. It's anonymous from the members because it's embarrassing for, say, oh, at a meeting, Cheryl needs money for food. So if they don't go to the unit president, they go to the AEF chair. You know, as far as amount, you know, and it does say the same thing. And then you just say at the meeting, we used AEF on a member. You don't, you know, that's how we did it at ours. Yes. Yes.
One more, and then we gotta keep going. I was a member of a very small unit. We did not have the money to collect within our unit for AEF. So it was never an issue because we knew that you applied for department, you applied for national. The unit did not. They didn't have the money to do it. I mean, we had 50 members.
Be careful. Be careful, follow department's rules of thumb on AEF. And I'll give you an example. Remember, we can't pay for medical. Okay? So, I can say, I come in, I need $300, I've been displaced because of a hurricane, I need to pay my car rent. Okay, fine. But, I have very bad legs, I have vein problems and thrombosis, and I need to have the surgery. And a lot of people feel for me, they want to help me out, but can I ask the auxiliary to pay for that? No. If you feel that concerned about that number and you want to do something for them, on the outside, start a GoFundMe page, but it does not belong in the auxiliary. Did I make that clear? Yes. Because you're going to get yourself in trouble.
And on the department level, they don't write the check to you, remember, they write the check to whoever they're
The
writing
entity.
to.
So if it's rent, you write it to the landlord. If it is for the car payment, you write it to Toyota, wherever, you write it to the car payment. You never give that amount of money to the individual. You write it to the entity of what you're paying. Got it?
Can you ask everybody to please be quiet when you speak?
I'm not loud enough?
No, well.
Oh boy, I can give you my coaching voice.
Too late at this point.
All right, real quick, let's keep going. Okay, so that's the stuff. Oh, the other thing that you need to make sure of, I know everybody in your standing rules has that little itty bitty paragraph about discipline, unit discipline. It basically is just the same little broad-based paintbrush of how to discipline a member. You're gonna have to flush that out. Okay, I'm just giving you a little forewarning. You're gonna have to flush that out because units, anything that happens in a unit, it is up to you to discipline your members. It is not up to district. It is not up to department. It is up to you as the unit president and your executive committee to come up with this and to discipline your members. Okay? If you have questions relative to how to do it, you certainly can go to your district president and they can provide guidance. Okay? But ultimately, the best thing that will behoove you and your unit is to have a disciplinary policy specifically for your unit.
There we go.
Okay? All right, let's keep moving. All right, so that's what's in the rule. All right, Florida ALA here at a glance. It gives you every month it's broken out, the committee that is honored for that month, and then important things that you need to concentrate on. So let's just take February, Americanism. All right, you need to submit the 2028 unit dues information form to department by early February. This is required even if there are no changes from the previous year. The dues amount listed in your unit standing rules must match the amount submitted. So you're going to get all little tidbits for every month what you need to be looking forward to. Look at this a month in advance of your meeting so that way you know what to put on your agenda. All right? It's a quick down and dirty guide. All right? And I believe the last thing is military dates to remember. We got it for every month. All right?
4 minutes.
That's 4 minutes.
Hey, you.
All right. Informational. That right there, you're a bit. You got new people. We want new ideas. I want everybody in this. Collaboration is great. I want to be all inspiring. Once again, where's the control and decision making be sometimes quicker. Or you're one of the servant heart. Servant heart. You're supportive of your members. You are people first. First. People first. What I am going to suggest, my suggestion to you is do all of this, a combination of all. It is a combination of all. In some cases, you can be that visionary, you can be a rah-rah cheerleader, and all inspired. In other cases, you might have to be autocratic, have a little bit more control on something, when they need more guidance. It's going to be based on the situation and the people that you are dealing with. All right? So, my suggestion to you is go to the national website, ALA4veterans.org. And there is the academy that's out there, and they have a leadership courses. I highly suggest that. Gives you lots of different scenarios. Okay? I learned a lot as a unit president. And that was one of the main things that I had to learn. Okay? I came from a teaching background, was also a coach, and then I started working for Fortune 500. And what did they do instead of teaching the kids? I taught the parents. So I have both of us. But you learn. You learn so much more. Open yourself up. Concentrate on the things that are most vulnerable to you. Okay? Listen. Very important to listen. And in some cases, if you hear it, you want, shut yourself down for a minute and just listen. Sometimes you might not have an answer right away. You might have to think on it. That's fine. Sometimes you might get mad. Think on it before you speak. Okay? The other thing is communicate, 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 communicate. That's not only a unit, that's a district. I had them on speed dial. I would call, I would text, I would email, but I would be communicating, wasn't I? Honestly, I can tell you, wasn't I? Okay, you need to make sure you communicate. You have to be transparent about everything. Your governance and your risk and compliance, that right there. Remember I said something about disciplinary. The other thing you need to start concentrating on, how many of you have a budget? Budget? Does it have to be complicated and be in QuickBooks? No. There is a sample that's out there. It is in Excel. It's easy peasy. It actually has all the stuff down there. You may not do all of those things. Get rid of it. Make it specific to you and your unit. Why is this important? Do you want to, every single solitary year, have to bring up motion after motion after motion after motion on this and this and this and this? If you have a budget, okay, and the treasurer, you work with your treasurer, you put your budget together, you know all those things that you have to pay department, that goes in the budget. Does that fluctuate from year to year?
Yes.
Yes, it does. So go back 2 years and say, okay, well, this is what we paid in 2024. 2025. This is what we paid in 2026. Well, let's just, make it a little bit more based on the cost of inflation and all this other kind of stuff, bump it up a little bit. Here we go. This is our budget. Is it set in stone? No. No. It can change. If you're under budget, hooray! If you're over, your standing rules. What are your standing rules? This is how I do it. Oh, we were over budget by $75. General fund, $75. Here we go. It's covered. But when I know that we do something every single solitary year, okay, I don't want to every single solitary year remember, oh Jesus Christ, what did I have to have a motion for? When did I have to have that motion? How much was it for? Blah, 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 blah. It's in your budget. You don't have to have a motion. You don't have to make sure that in April I make this motion. It's already there. The only thing you have to worry about is if it's a number. But I have in my standing rules, absolutely. Makes life easier. And it doesn't have to be hard. Okay.
Make that change.
All right.
She's our
So,
chair too.
I know
And
we're
our chair.
running over. I'm right on time. Chain of command, definitely utilize your chain of command. Okay, that's the most important thing. And if your members have an issue, they need to go to who? If your members have an issue.
No.
If your members have an issue with another member, they go to If your members have an issue with you,
District
president.
president.
The district president. Okay? Chain of command. Chain of command. If there is an issue that you have that you cannot find or resolve, go to the district president. They can point you in the right direction. Don't have a bar. Okay? If we as a district are doing the right things and there is an issue with treasury, I got somebody I can send you to. If you have a problem with membership, I got somebody I can send you to. That's why your district unit chairs are there. Okay? So follow the chain of command. It's going to give a lot better response that way than going straight to the permit. If it can't be solved after that, then it may go. Okay? All right. I will email out this, I will do this before you go. Take out your white ticket. And if you have any other questions, I'm sorry.
I don't.
You don't have a ticket. I got your ticket. Yes, ma'am.
I just have one question. Can you be a unit president and a unit chair at the same time?
Yes.
Yes. You can. So I can do, I can be
Because you're gonna be
unit
the
president
chairman.
and run Girls State at the same
Yes.
time.
Absolutely.
Girls State is great. I know, I need a charity.
And I will say this, thing too, and I would suggest to all of you, at the very beginning of your year, after workshop, all of the department chairmen are going to have their PEP, their program engagement plans done, and they will also have the end of year report for that particular program done. Print it off and go and send it to your unit chairs so they know what to be looking for throughout the whole year. So that way they can document it, easier for them to report at the end of the year. Okay? Yeah.
And if you don't have a unit chair, you are reporting as a unit president.
That is correct. There's no such thing as NA. Nope. Never, ever, ever, ever put NA on that report. If you have no activity, state no activity. Okay? All right, here we go.